Hello and welcome to Stereoscope Rewind, the podcast where we press play on the past, fast forward through the present of TV and movies. I'm Jeff,
And I'm Amy.
and we are just excited to bring this to you. We met, a little backstory on us. We met in the office at a job I used to work at, and we used to talk about TVs and movies all the time. And one day I was like, Amy, we should do a podcast about TVs and movies.
And I said yes.
I love that. That's the answer you want when you ask that kind of question.
Yeah, we just really love movies and television, and we would talk about it for hours. And we thought, why not make a podcast? It's something Jeff and I have always really wanted to do. And we just want to share it with people and give our opinions, and hopefully you guys like it.
I love it. So there you go. We would love for you guys to stick around and be a part of our fun here. We breaking down TV and movies and all kinds of things. So thanks for being here. And if you want to hang around a little bit more, we're going to do a little questions. And, we'll talk about who we are and what we are. But if not, head on to episode 1 and get into it. All right. All right. Are you ready for the fun questions, Amy?
I'm ready.
Okay. Let's go with, let's see here. Hold on. Where are my fun questions? All right. Do you have a fun movie snack?
I do. It depends on where I am.
Okay. All right.
So if I go to the movies, it's always a giant bottle of water, which isn't fun or exciting, but a giant bottle of water. And then I always get Sour Patch Kids every time.
Well, I mean, hydration is important, Amy. It's very important.
Well, those things are sour. You need water to wash
that's
them
true.
down.
Sour Patch Kids.
But popcorn is optional. Just kind of depends on my mood. And then when I'm at home, I don't snack really at all.
Really? No snacks when you're watching movies at home?
Not really. No.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm like, the kitchen's right there and I can get anything that I want when I want it. Whereas
Yep,
at the
true.
movies, I'm like,
True.
I have to get up and leave and miss a part of the movie. So I better prepare.
Right.
You know?
Totally. Yeah.
What about you, Jeff? What are your favorite snacks?
For me, it's hands down popcorn.
Mm.
Hands down popcorn. I mean, the candies are good too, depending on who I'm going with. If there's candy involved, I'll have a little bit. But me, it's that popcorn.
Butter,
It's
no butter?
butter all the way. Like, what's the point? Come on, who wants dry popcorn?
My dad taught me this trick back in the day where you get one of those boxes, the carrying boxes,
Sure.
and you pour half of the popcorn out.
Okay.
And then you butter the hell out of the popcorn still in the bag. You
Okay.
shake it around, and then you put the rest of the popcorn in, and then butter the top of that popcorn.
Genius. I love it. That's
So
what
you
we
get
need.
lots of butter.
This is what we need here in the world of popcorn eating. Your dad's a genius.
Popcorn butter strategy.
Popcorn butter strategy. I love it. I love it. Okay. Do you have a first movie or entertainment, like TV movie, like memory? First memory.
First memory would probably be Little Mermaid.
Okay.
I loved Little Mermaid as a kid. And just her singing and floating up and all the little thingy-mabobs and all these things that she had, I just loved. And then also Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse.
Okay.
That was another one. So
That's
those
a good one.
Those were mine. What about you?
For me, it was junior high. We rode our bikes down to the theater and watched Back to the Future 5 days in a row.
Oh my God, you did?
We did, and we loved that movie so much. And we went down 5 days, like 4 or 5 days in a row. It was a while back, and
Yeah.
watched it in the theater. And from that day on, I've always loved the movies. And I was so excited. My other fun early memory is I didn't see Top Gun in the theater when I was a kid, but when it came out on VHS, we actually bought the VHS, which was a big deal.
So cool.
And we watched it at home. And I remember like setting up our stereo speakers in the living room hooked up to the VCR because I wanted like the full sound experience. Yeah, I wasn't that old either. So it's funny that I was already into like, gotta make this great. Gotta make this perfect. This is going to be a huge movie. So my first viewing of Top Gun was on a tiny television. Since
my
then, I've seen it
gosh.
on a big screen and watched it on bigger television.
So cool. Do you
those
remember
are-
how exciting it was to go to like Blockbuster and pick
Yes.
the video?
Yes, half the fun was going there and just wandering around, and I feel like you watch things sometimes that you never would have because it was available. And you're like, we've been thinking about this, and you'd go for one movie and then you wouldn't be available. So then you have to get another one, and then you get home and be like, oh, this is pretty good.
So cool. Oh,
Yeah.
I miss that. I miss going and picking. I mean, it's obviously so nice to have things at your fingertips, but Like going, it was a little experience.
It was a whole experience. Like, and it was like a habit. Like if your family did it on Friday nights or Saturday nights or whatever. And then there was a whole game of like, if there was a brand new movie that you really wanted, you'd go down there and they'd be out, but then you'd be like, check the return bin. And then the guy would go over and he'd be like, oh, there's one in the return bin. And you return it real quick and then he'd rent it back to you. And they're like, no, there's nothing in the return bin. And sometimes you just hang out nearby and you come back in later.
Yeah.
Ours was an independent rental store. It wasn't even Blockbuster yet. It was an independent rental store, and next door was like Froyo or frozen yogurt. So if they didn't have what you wanted, you go to get frozen yogurt, hang out and eat a little frozen yogurt, and then go back in and be like, "Did it come in? Did it come in?
Do you have it yet?
Do you have it yet? Do you have it yet?"
I used to go with my little brother. I would take him because he's 8 years younger than me, and so we would go and we would pick out a movie. It was just so fun to do that.
No, I loved that.
So fun! I love that, Jeff. 5 times in a row.
Oh yeah, we went every day. Every day we were like, here we go, we're going again. And I love it. Back to the Future's the best.
So cool.
All right, favorite place to watch a movie, Amy?
Home.
Yep.
I would say theater. I used to like going to the theater. I think I just don't really. For certain movies, I will go. But I like being able to press pause. The older I'm getting, the smaller my bladder's getting. So it's just nice. It's nice to be able to pause it, go to the restroom, grab a snack, get something to drink, and then sit back down. Although I do miss the sound of a theater.
Totally. I agree.
But you go to the movies quite often. So
I still love it.
Yeah.
Still love it. I have one of those unlimited passes. I use the AMC one. Not a sponsor yet. I use the AMC one, and I'll probably go to a couple movies a week. And I just love going to the theater. And I just love being there. And everyone keeps saying that it's going away, but every time I go, movies are full. Like, maybe not all day, because that's kind of a normal thing on a Tuesday, but in the evenings, movies are full. Like, people are going. Movies aren't dead yet, people. Come on.
Yeah, you're smart. You go kind of during the week or when people aren't going to be there.
Yeah, I always strategize. That's one good thing that's come out of technology is the being able to see the seats and like how full it is. And you can be like, oh, that one's too full.
You pick your seats.
Or you can pick your seat. Or if you're like, oh, that one's stocked full. I don't know if I want to go to a full theater. Or you want to go to a lighter theater. Go later, whatever, stuff like that.
The reclining seats are nice now, though.
That's been a fun trick.
So comfy.
Yeah, they have them in the Dolby theaters. And you go into Dolby and you got...
You're just...
I like when you're watching and then someone in the row like changes their seat and the whole thing vibrates and you're just like, oh, what's happening? Oh, no. Okay. Someone's just moving their seat.
That's funny. So in the theater for the most part for you.
Yes, 100%. I mean, of course I watch things at home. Come on.
Yeah.
7,000 streaming services and all the movies of the world at your fingertips.
Of course.
And 9 times out of 10, you just sit there and look all the day. You never find what you want. It's amazing. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Choice fatigue, which is okay.
We work it out. What a great problem to have.
I know. Darn. We have an abundance of movies to watch. How awful.
All right. Okay, let's see. We'll go for more of our fun questions. Let's do. Oh, I wanted to do this one. I don't know why. Oh. What movie or TV show would be funniest if all but one character was played by the Muppets? Do you have a movie or TV show? Or both?
You know, the first thing that came to my mind was Tropic Thunder.
Okay. So who's the human? Who's the one human in the movie?
Oh, you have to have one human?
Yeah, I think it was which movie or TV show would be funniest if all but one character was played by them up. We could do it either way.
I mean, I feel like probably the director, because it would be hilarious if he was directing, you know, a Muppet of Robert Downey Jr. and Jack Black, and like I'm the dude. Disguised. I'm the dude playing a dude disguised by another dude. Like I just picture Robert Downey Jr. saying that in his Muppet form, and I'm dead. I love that. What about you? What do you?
That would be good. I thought of a few things today, so you're gonna get them all because you know it's our podcast and we make the rules. My movie, I don't know why it came to mind, but I think Titanic would be hilarious with all Muppets.
Oh no!
Just all the Muppets on the Titanic. And I think Rose should be the human. So then Rose is trying to like, be all romantic with a Muppet. Like I don't know why. It just made me laugh. I don't know why. I think
You couldn't
Titanic.
fit a Muppet on
Yeah,
top of the
yeah. There wasn't enough room,
bed
Rose.
frame.
There wasn't enough room, Rose, for just a Muppet. It wasn't even a person. It was a Muppet. I
I
feel
like that. That
yeah.
one's good.
I don't know. I was thinking about it today, and I was just like, I didn't want to think too hard on it and get real deep. And for some reason, Titanic came to my mind first. And I just see Rose, like, and then the Muppets are playing the guitar, like the thing, and
I'm just picturing chaos with Muppets.
yeah, yeah. And the captain's up on the bridge, and they're Muppets, and they're hopping
No.
around.
That's
Iceberg.
That's a fantastic answer.
Yeah,
I
iceberg
love
ahead.
that.
And then Rose is like, paint me like one of your French girls, and then you have like Gonzo trying to paint her, or somebody, one of the Muppets trying to paint her.
I love that answer.
Yeah, but they're totally acting regular, like not Muppets, like
Right.
regular, but they're all Muppets.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
that's a good one, Jeff. I like
Thanks.
that one.
Thanks. And then my other idea was a TV show. I thought of a TV show.
Okay.
I think it'd be hilarious if Friends was all Muppets.
Oh, that
and,
would be cute.
and only Joey was a human. So then you have Joey the whole time being like, "How you doing?" to a bunch of Muppets.
Oh
How
my
you
God.
doing?
I love that.
Yeah. So
I love that.
those were my two crazy answers.
I love it.
Okay. Let's see. No, that would be great. I would love that. Iceberg ahead, Captain. Fozzie Bear. Wagga, wagga, wagga.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all right. We'll give him a moment, everyone. I'll think of the next question here.
Sorry. It's just such a tragic event. And then he... Sorry. I was so inappropriate. I'm like crying right now.
And would the band not be the orchestra? Would it be like Doc and the rock band playing the
I mean-
Titanic down?
You added another element because when you think Muppets, like when they do a Muppet movie or whatever, I don't think of the actual characters. Like sometimes
Yeah.
there are characters that look like the people that they're supposed to look like Rose would look like
Sure.
Rose or whatever. So
Yeah.
when you said Gonzo painting,
Like Gonzo's playing Jack.
oh god,
Jack,
okay.
Gonzo's up there. I'm the king of the world.
Thank you. I really loved that answer. Jeff.
Sure. I'm here
Thank
to
you
help.
for that. Thank you.
Yeah, it came to me earlier, and I was like, no, that's it. Stop thinking. It's over.
Oh god.
Game over. We're done.
Oh. Okay. Gosh, what's our next question?
Okay. Let's see here. Do you have any movies that needed a sequel but didn't get one? I do have an answer if you need to think.
I had one that I thought of, which it was not a serious movie. But I thought Step Brothers should have had a sequel.
Oh my God, that's a great one.
Yeah, I thought,
I
we
love
had
that
this whole
answer.
thing, Catalina wine mixer and all this stuff. Like, I would love to see them as like dads
Right.
and see
Yeah,
what
and
that
of course
would
they
be
would
like.
be neighbor. They'd probably be living together.
Yeah,
with their
living
like,
together,
and with their wives and the kids, or they'd be neighbors.
or just like chaos in the neighborhood, and their kids
Yes.
are just like them. I don't know.
Yep.
I really would have liked to have seen a Step Brothers too.
That would have been amazing. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah. What about you?
That's great. One of my favorite romantic comedies of all time was The American President. I don't know if you ever saw that
Oh,
one.
yes, you do
Michael
love that
Douglas
movie.
And
Yes.
Jeanette Benning.
How does that end? I don't remember how it
It
ended.
ends with them just together. Well, spoiler alert from a 20-something odd year old movie. They end up together at the end of the movie, and then I felt the sequel could have been amazing. It could have been like having the wedding at the White House, and then you could spin the whole episode, the whole movie could just be about having the wedding, and then of course in the middle of the wedding there's a crisis somewhere, and the West Wing kind of did that episode, but this was before the West Wing, so
Okay.
it would have been first. The West Wing tried to do that, and there was a problem with China trying to invade something, and so. But I just think you do the wedding, and then you could end it with like her having a baby, and there's a baby, or maybe the movie opens with them getting married, and then the movie is about her being pregnant, and then dealing with being the president of the United States and having a baby at the same time. I just feel like there was enough movie in there for one more swing because all of those characters were amazing.
You
So,
do love that movie. I remember
do.
you telling me that.
I do. Well, and that movie kind of like morphed into the West Wing. So in the end, we kind of got a sequel without having a sequel. So
Right.
yeah.
Good answer.
Hey, thanks. Do you want to do any more? Let's see. Oh, any kind of favorite quotes you like to say all the time?
Oh gosh. I say so many. The movie I probably quote the most because it's one of my favorites is I Love You Man.
Okay.
So there's probably not a week that goes by where I'm not like, see you later, Jobin, or anybody want a peanut? Like
But yeah,
I'm constantly like quoting that movie. I love that movie
that's
so
a great
much.
movie. It's a
So
good choice.
much. Yeah. But see you later, Jobin is probably like my little quote, or like slapping the bass.
Slapping the best.
Slapping the bass. Yeah, so I love that movie. I love quoting it.
There you go.
Latest on the Menje. Like
Like you'll just be sitting there, you'll just say it. You'll if you drive in, you'll be like, say it, like whatever.
I know there's just so many quirky, like cute little things in there.
Yeah.
What about you?
I kind of have two. I've always loved "We're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat" from
Yes.
Jaws because it's just there's few movie lines that like are so short and capture everything that's happening in that moment. Where you're just kind of like you're watching the movie and we've barely seen the shark and then the shark shows itself and he's like, "We're gonna need a bigger boat."
Oh
And
my
you're just
God.
like, you're like, yes, we are.
That is a big fish.
Yep. And then the other one I always quote, and I quote it completely wrong. I'm gonna just come right out and say it, but it's still the quote.
Okay.
It's from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where like things are afoot at the Circle K. I forget the line. I probably should have looked this up.
That's all right. I'm really excited to hear it.
Yeah. Hold on.
I used to watch those a lot when I was younger, but I don't recall them. I just recalled the phone booth.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's where my love affair with Keanu Reeves started. I'm obsessed with him. I love him.
Oh yeah, it's strange things are afoot at the Circle K because it's like things are happening and he's like, Bill, Ted, what strange things are afoot at the Circle K? I think that's where they meet Rufus for the first time.
If you would have quoted that to me, I would be like, what's going on at the Circle K? I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, let's just say in high school we watched that movie a lot.
Did you?
Yes, I'm definitely showing my age. Yeah, my friends and I watched that movie a lot, and there's also a point in the movie where this guy just goes, San Dimas High School football rules, and he just yells that, and we used to just yell that all the time. And I didn't even know where San Dimas was. And then
my fiance went to San Dimas High School.
Wow, that's fantastic. Oh, it's kismet. We were supposed to meet.
Next time he's home, I'm just going to get you on the phone. And You can yell it at him.
I'll just yell, San Dimas High School football rules.
He'd probably be like, yeah, what?
Yeah. Yeah. So I watch Bill and Ted a lot. And then I have one. I have so many. I could go forever.
I know.
I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna take one more because we're in charge. You and I are in charge.
Go.
Say anything when he goes, I gave her my heart. She gave me a pen.
Oh.
I love that line. It's just such a great line.
That is a great line.
It just circles up everything that was happening with their relationship. Oh, Lloyd.
Cute.
Lloyd.
Love it. Good answers, Jeffrey.
Yeah, good answers for you, Amy. This is fun. I like this.
This is fun.
Okay. Anything else? Oh, any guilty pleasures?
We have so many questions.
I know. Any guilty pleasure movies you like to watch? Maybe a genre
Guilty pleasure. Usually my guilty pleasure film is Moulin Rouge.
I did not know that. I'm learning things new today.
Yeah. If I ever don't know what to watch or if I'm like unsure, that's usually I'll just throw on some Moulin Rouge. I love that movie so much.
Well, the songs in the movie are amazing. Wait, of course, cartoon, right? Animated.
No, not the Muppet version.
No. Wait, no, Moulin Rouge. Oh my God, I heard Mulan in my head. I was thinking you
No.
love to watch Mulan.
Let's
Wow.
get down
Okay, hold
to
on.
business.
Well, that's what I heard in my head. I'm like, that's a
To
good song. Wait,
defeat
that's not the right movie.
Huns.
That's not
No.
the right movie.
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin
with Ewan
Rouge.
McGregor and Nicole Kidman.
Ewan McGregor.
Yes. I love that movie. I turn it up as loud as I can. I saw the play at the Pantages,
Really?
and they updated the songs with they integrated it with like Britney Spears. Oh my God.
That's cool.
I have such a huge love affair with that movie. Like I just love it.
Oh my, I love that movie. That's a great answer.
Mm-hmm.
God, I remember watching that. That's such a good movie. I love that answer.
Sometimes I just listen to the soundtrack.
Yep.
Yeah. What about you? What's your guilty pleasure?
Oh gosh, I don't really have one.
Yeah, it's hard to pick one.
It's hard to pick one. Even though you did, because you're amazing. It's hard to pick one. For me, oh my God, I'm going to take a lot of heat for this, but I'm a little bit of a sucker for like a good romantic comedy, or like even to the point where once in a while a little Hallmark film does you right.
Why would you take? Okay,
I
so
don't know.
let me
Sometimes
tell you
people,
something
sometimes
about
people, they're like, you're not supposed to like those or whatever. And I'm telling you, sometimes you just want it all to work out. You just
you
want
like what you like. It's
yep.
fine.
All right, good. I'll take it.
There's something about what's funny about Jeff and I is that Jeff loves rom-coms and feel-good movies. He'll watch a messed up movie every now and then,
Yep, sure.
something more serious.
Action adventure, Marvel, sure.
Yeah, sure, action adventure. And then I'm the dark and stormy cloud that's like, the more psychologically messed up I could be at the end of this, the better.
Yeah.
It's like a fun little combo we have going on.
And I'm the one that, like, in a movie where it gets a little tense, I'm always like, I'm a little uncomfortable right now. I'm a little uncomfortable.
I'm like, someone get me binoculars. I need a close up.
Yeah. And I'll be like, and I'm in the theater when they put on the horror trailers. I'm just like this in the theater. Like I'm 10.
Well,
I'm like,
I don't like
over?
horror movies. I don't like horror movies,
Yeah.
but love some psychological thriller stuff. Love it. Oh, that's fun. So a rom-com. Rom-coms would be your guilty pleasures.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really that much of a guilty pleasure, but I didn't really have an answer for a movie because I just love watching movies. I could have them on all the time.
That's a good answer. That's a fun. You got a whole genre in there.
Yeah, perfect.
Love it.
All right. Anything else? You want to do any more? Want me to keep going?
Yeah, I like this. This is fun.
Okay. Let's see here. Is there a remake that was better than the original?
This might be controversial.
Oh, I like this.
Because I love the original.
Okay.
Well, it's controversial in my heart, but because I love the original.
Okay.
But I really loved the remake of Little Women more than the original.
Okay. I don't know if that's controversial. I mean, but I've never seen either one of them, so I don't know.
You haven't?
No.
Ugh.
Do I need to watch Little Women?
It's kind of like rom-com.
Oh, it is?
An era of rom-com.
All right.
No, but
so should I watch the old one or the new one?
Well, you should watch both, but the original is stacked.
Okay.
Like with the cast. It's got Winona Ryder in it. I mean, they're just Claire Danes. But I just loved the new one. Yeah. But I also read the book, and I'm obsessed with that.
Okay.
Movie, so.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it now. I'll report back.
Okay.
I'll report back. I'll give my little 2-minute review soon.
What about you?
Once again, I love this controversial we're throwing around here. Ocean's 11.
I agree.
Okay. I watched the first one, and don't get me wrong, that cast was stacked. With all the night, Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra and Old Vegas. Like, there's a sexiness to that one. But for some reason, the new one with all the
Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, young Matt. They were all young, and like it was. I mean, they were all big stars, but they weren't like huge mega stars. So that movie really kind of, I feel like, put them over the top.
Well, and they're the sequels to those, like Ocean's 12 and 13. Those were actually really good sequels.
Yeah, I enjoyed all of them. I didn't have a problem with every single one. My favorite one was the second one because I could just hear them being like, we're making a sequel. And all the actors went, sure, but we're going to Europe this summer, right? Okay, we're going to Europe. All right, we're going to Europe. We'll do the next one, but we're going to Europe. I could just see the actors being like, no problem. Going to Europe.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with you saying that the remake is better for sure.
Yeah, because I watched the first one and it just kind of ends, and then they lose the money in the first one, one, and it's like that's such a bummer because they work so hard.
Did they lose it?
Yeah, it gets put in a casket, and I think the casket gets burned.
What?
Yeah, do I have that wrong?
I thought that they the FBI agents swooped in and they had all the SWAT gear on, and they said, we're taking the bags, and it was supposed to be their gear bags, but then it turned out that all the money was in it?
The original 1960s
Oh,
Ocean's
I'm
11.
sorry. Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it all,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
they walk away empty-handed. I think they tried to put it in a casket, and the casket somehow gets destroyed or something.
Oh, I don't recall that, but...
Once again, spoiler alert from a movie from the 1960s.
No
Sorry,
fun.
Everybody. Sorry, everybody. I just ruined that. Ruined it.
You're good.
Yeah. That's my favorite joke now because I feel like everywhere you go, you're like at a party. You've watched this? No, I haven't yet. Don't say anything. You're like, okay, I won't say
You're
anything.
like, oh, it's like from
Okay,
15
no problem.
years ago. What
Yeah.
the hell?
It's always my favorite when someone says, I haven't seen it yet. I'm like, it's from 1994. Like, okay.
We're talking about it.
Yeah, we're talking about it. This is happening. This is happening.
That's funny.
Let's see anything else. Favorite
What are your
plays?
rewatchables?
Oh, that's right. Rewatchable. Gosh.
I picked like 5, so I'm okay if you
Okay. I mean, I have a ton.
pick multiple.
I'm
Pick your top 5.
Okay, I don't know if I have 5. I have at least 2 that came to mind. I
Okay.
love the movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner.
Ooh.
I don't know why, but it's such an easy movie to watch, and I love how it ends with him just being like, gets all his picks back, and I love the NFL, and so, that's just, I love that movie. And I'm a big fan of Kevin Costner and Jennifer. Tell me.
I don't know.
Oh my God! I'm gonna take heat. Jennifer Garner.
Oh, Jennifer. She's great.
Is
She
Jennifer
seems like a
Garner?
nice human being.
It is Jennifer Garner. Yes, Jennifer Garner are the 2 main characters in there. So there's one, and then the other one that I haven't watched in a little while, but I did watch a lot when it came out was Inside Man, the Spike Lee movie about the bank robbery.
Oh.
Have you ever seen Inside Man? If you haven't, I'm not going to tell you about it. I want you to see it. If I'm going to watch Little Women, you have to watch Inside Man.
Who was in that?
There was Denzel Washington, and these guys rob a bank.
I have seen most of Denzel's Inside Man.
Yeah, it's like Denzel Washington, Clive Owen, Jodie Foster, William Dafoe.
Wow.
Oh no, and Spike Lee filmed it, and it's a bank robbery, and it's one of those things where like, all the things that are happening in front of you may not be what they appear to be.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, I will say a word.
Okay.
I highly recommend. I cannot recommend this movie enough.
How old was that movie? We were just complaining about people. Don't talk about it. I still haven't watched it.
Don't talk about it. 2006. Amy.
Oh no, that was a
I
long
won't say a
time
word.
ago.
That's okay. I feel like anything after 2000, you can say don't tell me. If it's from the 90s, or as my niece likes to say, the late 1900s, because that's how we say it now. I guess.
Oh God.
Oh, I heard that the other night. I was like, oh boy.
Squeeze me.
Late 1900s. Oh boy. Yeah. But they're not wrong. That's the problem. Not wrong. Late
No,
1900s.
that's awful.
Yeah.
I've never thought of that until you said that in this moment.
Well, you're welcome, Amy. Welcome.
Thanks, Jeff.
Sure.
You want to hear mine?
Hit me.
Mine are all shows.
Love it.
Obviously, we've talked about my love affair with Moulin Rouge, and
Yes.
I love you, man. But my usual rewatchables are Game of Thrones,
Okay.
Sons of Anarchy,
Great one.
Entourage,
Oh, yeah.
Suits, and then Harry Potter, depending.
That's one place where I agree with all of those, and I've actually rewatched all of those. So those are hours I've given to the television. The only one is Harry Potter. I tried rewatching them the other day, and I was just like, not for me. That doesn't pull me in again.
Oh my gosh.
I liked them the first time.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong. I liked the series, but it didn't.
Yeah,
I
well,
tried rewatching, and I was like, nope.
can't do it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, well, Game of Thrones, Sons of Anarchy, Entourage, and Suits, I've rewatched so many times, I couldn't even tell you how many times I've rewatched them. I can quote them as I'm watching them.
Yeah.
And same
Okay.
thing with my fiance.
Right.
He'll start talking before, and I'm like, don't do that. Let's not do it while we're watching them.
Sure.
Just think it.
And then to add on to yours, mine was Parks and Rec. I watched Parks and Rec.
I've
so
never
many
watched
times.
that.
One of my favorite TV shows.
Really?
One of, yeah. Starts slow, but once they get into season 2, it really starts to.
Huh.
I felt like in season 1, they weren't totally sure what they wanted to do. And then they started to get some traction on. I felt like season 1, they were trying to be serious. And then they realized that they can just be wacky and it's better.
Okay.
Because it just gets wackier and wackier and wackier. And then some of the greatest characters, I think, from that time came out of that, like Ron Swanson, Leslie Knope, April Ludgate. These are all characters that I think will live on forever.
Okay.
People definitely know who Ron Swanson is. Him and his mustache.
I actually do know who that is, and I've
Yeah,
never
same.
seen the show.
Yeah. Dude, they have characters that they have characters that live. They're like The Office. I feel like characters from The Office live outside The Office
Mm-hmm. Yes.
with people. You can talk to somebody. I know who Kevin is. I've never seen The Office, and I know who Kevin is. I'm one of those weird people that's never watched The Office.
I've never watched it either, so.
Okay, but like I know exactly who Kevin is, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
Jim
like
and Dwight.
Jim and Dwight, you know, like I know who these characters are. I just, was never a huge fan of the show. But Parks and Rec, yeah. So
Maybe
I
I'll check
recommend
it
it.
out.
I recommend that too.
Okay.
See, was there anything else?
Well, I was curious about this one because I want to know your answer.
Sure, hit me.
If you could be in any movie for real, which one would it be?
Man, I thought about this today. This was a tough one.
It's so hard.
Do you have one?
Yeah, you're not going to like it.
No, I don't know. That's your answer. I can like it or not like it.
It's Harry Potter.
Oh. I mean, don't get me wrong. That'd be pretty awesome.
I would just love to be a witch and have a wand and fly around on a broom and be able to cast spells. Like, that would be so cool to me.
I agree with that.
I would love it.
100%.
And if anyone's wondering, I'm a Gryffindor.
Well, there you go. I don't even know what I am. So, yeah, I like it. Harry Potter's good.
I know.
I was struggling with, like, I think it'd be fun to go to space. So, I think Star Wars would be cool.
That would be cool. Interstellar.
I don't know. That movie's kind of rocks you. I don't know if I want to live in I don't know if I want to go live on a planet and lose 20 years of my life. I'm not sure about that. But I don't really have a great answer. But I think going to space would be cool. So I think Star Wars. Let's go Star Wars.
That's a good answer. Star Wars is a great answer. Okay.
How fun would that be just to buzz around the universe?
I went to Disneyland and I went to the Cantina.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've been to the Cantina. This was recently. And their drinks are lovely.
I have not been to the Cantina yet. You enjoyed them?
There is some drink that they have this like foam on top of it.
Okay.
It's like this glittery foam or something. And they say, do not inhale this foam.
Okay.
Do not inhale or not smell, but they said there were 2 instructions, like with the drink. And one of them was do not inhale the foam. And immediately I wanted to inhale the foam to see what would happen.
I feel like someone's inhaled the phone. It did not go well, I feel like.
Yeah, well, I didn't because there was a lot of Disneyland left that day. But I'm telling you, if that were our last stop, I would have done it.
We're inhaling the foam. We'll see what happens.
Well, I'm like, why can't you inhale it? Like, maybe it's one of those like huffing things where they're like, don't do that. But they were really good. It was fun little like, it felt like a Star Wars bar. It was really cool.
No, I've heard it's cool. I have not been yet.
Mm-hmm. You should go.
Okay. I like it.
So I think that's it for our questions.
I think that's good. Yeah, those are questions I had. I love it. Any other questions? Are you good?
I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging in there. Okay. Thanks for hanging in there with our fun question and answer. We hope you guys enjoy us and stay on this crazy journey with us. Yeah.
Thanks for getting to know us a little bit, and thank you for being here.
That's right. And I just want to say thanks. And Amy, sign us off.
Toodaloo.